This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Jed's Barbershop. With 3 locations now, you have no reason to not always look your best. Go get a haircut, a beard trim, or even a straight razor shave. Jed's Barbershop is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday 9 to 7, and Sunday 12 to 5. They have a location downtown at 212 South, 700 East, and in Sugar House at 2153 East, 2100 South. They just opened up a 3rd location at 167 East, 900 South, right next to Randy's Records. No appointment is necessary. Head on over to jedsbarbershop.com for more information.
Showcasing local talent, professionals, and everyday people making Salt Lake City what it is today. It's time for another episode of the I Am Salt Lake podcast.
Welcome to episode 280 of I Am Salt Lake podcast. My name's Chris Hollifield.
And I'm Chrissy Shelley.
Today on the podcast, we sit down and chat with Alex Vincent and Erin Patterson from Molly and the Mineshaft. Molly and the Mineshaft is a folk bluegrass band out of Utah County. We thought it'd be a lot of fun to bring them on the podcast since they played our wedding reception a couple of weeks ago.
It was so great. Everybody loved it.
Wasn't it so great? Honestly, I've never heard of this band.
Yeah.
Even though they were from Provo.
Mm-hmm.
I've
well,
never
there's
heard
a lot
of
of good
them.
bands.
Your mom suggested that they play our wedding. I checked them out on Facebook, the good old Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is right up my alley.
Yeah, it was actually perfect.
Good band.
Yeah.
So we had an opening to bring some people on the show, and I said, Chrissy, have your cousin Alex come on the show.
Yeah. So he did, and he brought the other singer and one of the
Erin?
Instrument players, Erin. And I say instrument because they play so many instruments. It's crazy.
And we play a couple of songs of theirs on this episode, so check them out. Connect with them. We're going to put all the links with the show notes for this episode at iamsaltlake.com. So that way you can connect with them. If you're doing a wedding, check them out. Have them play your wedding.
They're so good.
Have them play your event. Hey, if you've never been to our website, check it out. Again, it's iamsaltlake.com. This is where you can go and listen to the entire back catalog of episodes. There's links to subscribe, there's contact information, and even information on how you can support the show. Again, it's iamsaltlake.com. Hey, this is the first time back since the wedding that we're recording the intros and outros of the podcast. The last couple of episodes were pre-recorded, so we didn't have to worry about them at our wedding and honeymoon to Southern California. Again, many thanks to everyone that made it out to our wedding. We know it was a drive to Lehigh.
It was. And we appreciate those who came because
absolutely.
Who wants to drive to Lehigh?
We're like, are our friends from Salt Lake City going to want to come down here to Utah County to our wedding? The last couple of episodes, we didn't really get into much detail. Again, they were pre-recorded, so go back and listen to. Clint McInnes and J.M. Bell, fantastic
There's some good
interviews.
episodes, yeah. And so we're kind of getting back on the bicycle right now.
Getting back on the bicycle, getting going. We have some great interviews planned for future episodes of I Am Salt Lake. But back to our wedding, a bunch of pictures have already made it online. So many thanks to everyone that took pictures. So many people that brought their iPhones and Android phones and took pictures that used the hashtag Chris and Chrissy.
Yeah.
So feel free to click on that hashtag on Instagram.
And if you have pictures you haven't shared yet, post those
Please
suckers.
Post them. Please post them. Hey, many thanks to Amanda DeWolf for being our wedding photographer.
Oh,
She
man.
seriously did an amazing job taking all the pictures. I seriously had no idea that weddings consisted of so many pictures.
Yeah, it's pretty much the main
I was
purpose.
just like, I want to eat food. Why are you taking so many pictures? But it was like, let's do a picture with this family member. Let's do a picture with this family.
Well, and here's the greatest thing is that Amanda she actually came and got us and she grouped everything together and all of our family pretty much was there. So we were able to get all these pictures that we wouldn't usually be able to get.
Oh, I'm grateful for him.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think I'm not grateful
I know you're
for him.
grateful.
But
I know.
Amanda, she knew what she was doing.
She did.
If you have a wedding coming up, she's the girl for you.
And if you feel awkward in front of the camera or if you're one of those people, because this is how I am, I feel like, I always look bad in pictures. I don't want to be in front of the camera. She knows how to pose you and how to make you look good, which is a true feat for I know people like me.
We're going to put those pictures online here shortly, so make sure you're connected on social media. But check out her website, Amanda K Memories. That's Amanda K, K-A-Y, memories.com. And let her know you heard about her on the podcast. Like if you're looking for a wedding photographer, or if you're looking for some what do they call those, face shots or
headshots.
Headshots.
Same thing, right?
Comedians and actors. You know, everybody in Salt Lake City thinks they're a comedian.
She is your gal. We don't think they're a comedian.
She's your gal to take your headshots.
She's fantastic.
Amanda K Memories. Wow. Many thanks to Amanda K. Amanda DeWolf. Hey, this episode is also sponsored by Oleo Skin and Beard. If you're like us, your skin is dry, and if you're like me, your beard is dry, you need to moisturize. Oleo Skin and Beard carries an amazing line of skin oils, beard butters for moisturizing and shaping the beard, and even some great facial cleansers.
I made the mistake of we went on our honeymoon, and I forgot to bring the oil. And my skin, I think I ripped my legs open. I was so itchy.
You were just
I didn't
over
have the
there
oil with us.
driving, just digging away at your legs.
And now I'm just slathering myself in it now that we're back. It's the best.
Head on over to their website, oleoskin.com, and use the promo code IamSaltLake. This is going to give you 25% off of your entire purchase, even if you bought products from them in the past. Use that promo code IamSaltLake. Get 25% off. We love you as a listener. This is our way of saying thank you for listening to the podcast. Hey, and I want to say many thanks to Derek.
Oh my
Derek
gosh.
from Oleo. He was our officiant. He married us.
He did.
I mean, talk about how awesome is that?
And Jen from Oleo helped us organize the whole ceremony.
The friendship that we have created through this podcast with Derek and Jennifer has been unbelievable.
I know.
Many thanks to them.
I feel like we're so lucky that we have them as friends and sponsors.
Absolutely. Again, oleoskin.com. Use that promo code IamSaltLake for 25% off of your entire purchase. All right, let's jump into the conversation that we had with Alex and Erin with Molly and the Mineshaft. Enjoy it. Thanks so much for listening. Molly in the Mineshaft. I'm going to have you guys introduce yourself and what instrument you play in Molly in the Mineshaft.
Okay. I'm Alex Vincent. I usually play octave mandolin or guitar. An accordion sometidon't
Just depends on the song, I guess.
depends on the song.
On the mood.
They're like,
Yeah, mood.
They're like, I don't know. They just like tell me to play whatever, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I could, try to figure
Really, we
something
need
out.
this. Go figure it out.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So
Yep.
right now, those are my like 3 go-tos.
And what about you over there, Erin?
I'm Erin Patterson, and I guess I mainly play the mandolin, and I do some backup vocals. I sing a couple songs, but I'm comfortable harmonizing.
You two are the main singers, right? Am I correct?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, like our fiddle player sings a lot too.
Okay.
She wasn't there at y'all's
The other day,
wedding,
yeah.
or at
Oh,
Ian's
okay.
wedding. She was on tour.
She was
with
MIA.
another group, yeah.
But
Okay.
we're always the harmonizers. At least are always singing during all the songs.
And we're going to say that in the intro when Chrissy and I introduced this episode, but you guys played our wedding,
Yeah.
which was on May 20th. And it was a really good time. And
So
you also
fun.
played the
It
weekend
was.
before at Ian's wedding.
And we
Chrissy's
actually got to
brother.
enjoy you guys' music at my brother's wedding, because when it's your own wedding,
Yeah.
you're too busy to really enjoy anything. But like, I was talking to a relative of Chris's he lives in Tennessee, and he heard you guys playing, and he was like, he was blown away. He's like, I can't believe these kids are from Provo. They sound like they're from deep Tennessee. Like, they sound serious.
That's awesome.
And I was like, that's really cool, because he has no stake in the game. He's not just saying that to be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It
Is that
was
the
really
washboard
cool.
guy?
No, that's my brother in
other-
California.
Oh, okay.
So you were getting compliments left and right.
Oh, man.
I saw my brother in California last week when we went down there on our honeymoon, And he brought you guys up again. He was like, yeah, that band, my son Lucas and myself, we were talking about how great they were.
Shoot.
And so, yeah, I mean, I'm just blew your head up more, right? I mean,
Wow, yeah.
So who's missing here? I mean, I always feel bad when we can't bring an entire
It's
band
hard to bring
on the
Yeah.
podcast. But I've had listeners even say they have a hard time keeping up with all the voices.
Yeah.
So that's why we're like, well, let's bring a few people on the show from the band, but let's give them some credit. Who else is in the band? Let's.
So we got a massive.
It's a good group. You guys have a good sized group.
Yeah.
So our typical lineup. You want first and last names?
Sure. Let's give them credit, man.
You gotta keep me.
Okay.
Okay. Talmadge Haynes on guitar. Josh Haynes on the bass. Scott Monson on cajon, percussion, and piano. A lot of times he's just good at everything. Jordan Benson on banjo. Grace Dayton on fiddle, and she usually does a lot of the singing too. Then there's me and Erin.
Then just you guys.
And they're best.
So how long has the band even been around then?
Like a lot of us have been playing for
Together. You've been playing music together.
years. Like so,
Yeah.
me and Erin played at BYU. Maybe is it 2011?
11? Yeah, 2011.
Oh.
Yeah.
So a lot of us have been together, and I think Scott in that group the same year.
Yeah. Scott as well.
So it's
we've
kind of
been-
like the group before you guys became Molly and the Mineshaft.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
always
a lot
like-
of us met
yeah.
at BYU, and then
Okay.
just kept playing. Then she moved away, and I moved away, and then
So music has always been important to all of you.
Totally, yeah.
To play it
yes.
fair and safe.
Yes.
Were you all going to
definitely.
school for music? Is that how you met?
some of us were. I was going to school for music.
Yeah, I was just doing a music minor because I was into, again, the bluegrass folk kind of thing. So it wasn't really like, I didn't want to do, anything classical. So
You didn't want to have to actually dive into different types of music. That's fair.
So I was just, it's kind of your school is jam sessions for folk music. That's kind of where you learn. And so, yeah, we just jam together a lot.
I mean, obviously, if people haven't caught on, Molly and the Mineshaft is kind of folk bluegrass. How would you describe? How would either one of you describe the
Yeah.
band? We're going to be playing some music here in just a second, but how would you
Yeah.
describe it?
I'd say like contemporary folk. That's kind of because we pull from a lot of folk genres. I don't know how to subgenres. So we'll do, Celtic stuff, Cape Breton, Americana,
Jazz.
jazz, swing kind of stuff. So a lot of, just old school stuff. Yeah. And then we'll just,
Yeah.
Have you guys played outside of Utah at all, or just here in Utah?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't ventured too far. We'd love to venture farther if people want to book us.
Hint, hint.
yeah.
Yeah, but we've gone up to Idaho and done a few like college shows up there. I think that's it. And then a couple places in Utah.
And then, like I said, you played our wedding. Is that typical? I mean, do you guys play weddings?
Yeah.
Or was our weddings kind of the first weddings you played?
No, we do a lot of weddings.
You're like old pros.
Yeah.
What's the main type of thing that you play at? Do you guys have kind of a go-to place?
We do a lot of festivals. We do corporate events. We do
private parties,
private
Christmas
parties.
shows,
Yeah.
and
Like in Provo, we always do like a free Christmas show. So if you follow us on Facebook, maybe we have an Instagram. I have no idea. I just got rid of mine, everyone, because I hate it so much.
Congratulations.
But if you follow us there, you can get details on our usually free community shows.
And where are these shows usually at? Like Velour there?
No, a lot of times we do it at the state hospital in Provo. They've got an event space there that they've been super, super kind to let us use. And so the last 3 years, I think we've done a free Christmas show there. And
That's rad.
yeah,
That is.
Dude, the music scene in Provo is incredible.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like when we've talked about this
intense down there.
on the
Everyone's
podcast, we had Drew Danbury on a while back.
love him. Yeah.
And with John Ross Boyce. We were talking about the music scene. I know we've had other Provo bands on the podcast.
There's some amazing bands out of there.
We asked them this, and I don't even remember their response, but why do you guys think the music scene in Provo, in my opinion, is so incredible? Any idea, or is it just your guess is as good as mine, I guess?
I don't know. I mean, like, it might just, I don't know. I would say like the college town thing, there's so many like new ideas coming through, but then there's I don't know. There's so many college towns.
Is it
Yeah.
because there's
that
nothing else to do down there? Is that,
That's probably it.
let's just cut the,
Yeah.
the elephant in the room, there, right? There's nothing else to do.
There's not a lot of typical college town fun.
Sure, yeah.
In Provo.
Is they said that, right? About like,
Yeah.
you go up to like Seattle.
Yeah.
Why did all these great bands? It's because it was raining all the time. So everybody just stayed in their houses and played music.
Yeah.
Right? And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get
That
on
actually
it.
encourages creativity.
Exactly.
Like maybe
Yeah.
move to an area that sucks if you
Yeah.
want to get good at
There's nothing
something.
to do. Well,
My
Word.
advice.
put together a
That's
band.
great.
But that's probably a lot of it. Like everyone in Provo really needs to put their energy and creativity into something because it's not a typical town.
Yeah.
What do you like most about playing music?
It's been like real social for me. Like most of my really close friends are people that I've been in bands with. I like hanging out with people, but if we don't have something productive to do together, then I don't find myself spending a lot of time with them. And music's just kind of become that thing that I do with people. So I don't know. And maybe I don't know. I just grew up with
You're
it
hanging out
and-
with your friends. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good. What about you, Erin?
Yeah. I agree with Alex. A lot of I'm kind of a quiet person when it comes to anything other than music. So yeah, being in a band and hanging out, it's just super fun. And also I seriously, it's kind of like an adrenaline rush when I'm playing, and I don't know, the bigger the stage, the funner, because it's kind of like, okay, here we go. And yeah, it's just so fun. And I love the synergy that we get in a band. And like this band right here, we're all just like super close friends. We'll play Smash Brothers together after band practice,
Oh, yeah,
go
that's
hang
another-
out, go get something to eat. We like getting pho all together. So it's just fun. We all just,
Tate can testify to the importance of Smash Brothers.
Oh, absolutely. That keeps friends together.
Yes.
Besides music, it's
Yes.
the second
Friends that
most important
smash
thing.
together.
Yep.
I want to actually before we get too far in here, let's play a song.
Cool.
So people listening can get an idea what you're about.
Groovy.
And then we're going to come back and chat some more. But I don't know, is there a song in mind you want to play here?
Let's do maybe Grace's song.
Yeah.
That's the title of it?
Gets Me Through.
Gets me through.
Gets me
Grace.
through.
This is like our jazzier side.
Yeah.
Grace wrote this one a couple years ago, and we really like it.
Sure. So
Yeah.
it's called Gets Me Through.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So we'll play that and we'll be right back.
Be my sunshine, be my moonlight, be my wish that's coming true. I lay on starlight, starbright, be my melody that the angels sang to me a long, long way before. Once upon a time was born. Swing right, be my reason, be my everything that keeps me still breathing, be my
I'm always curious with musicians. You guys play a lot of songs. You get up, week after week or however many times you perform. Do you still get nervous? Like, do you get those jitters? Like I know how it is when I have to do public speaking, right?
Yeah.
And you're nervous and your mouth goes dry and you feel like your pants are down and everybody's watching you. Do you still get that way, like nervous?
I'm more nervous right now than I am on stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it's because you kind of feel like you can blend in on stage?
Kind of, yeah. I got my peeps, got my back. You got my back too, but yeah, I feel like my instrument knows what to say better than I do most of the time. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I can relate to that as well. Like when things are recorded, it's eternal, right?
Sure.
It's
Well, I told you I'll clean this up. I'll make this sound beautiful.
but yeah, in a live performance, you mess up and then you move on and no one
just roll with
remembers.
it.
So how does that work? Say one person misses their chord or hits the wrong string. Does that throw everybody out of whack, or is it kind of just one of those things you just keep going?
I think it depends on how many times we've practiced the song. Because if it's a brand new song and we're really relying on a certain chord to give us a transition or to send us to a different part of the
It's
song,
a pivotal point.
then it might mess stuff up. But a lot of the stuff we play, we've run through quite a number of times.
How often do you guys practice?
Once a week.
Like once a week? Whose house?
Whose house? If the cops called on them.
Alex's. Yeah.
Do you guys practice at a house? Neighbors don't get mad?
They haven't yet.
And I was I was worried about that. Like at our wedding, I was like, well, I don't know. Did your brother tell the neighbors?
Yeah, they didn't tell the neighbors. But
you-
I was like, dude, this is such good music. Who's going to complain?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
really.
even my mom.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
My mom
Exactly.
is pretty. She's pretty conservative. Loud music and stuff like that. She even, complimented. This is a great band.
Cool.
So
Thanks,
I mean,
Mom.
I used to have band practices at my house when I had little babies, and the cops came quite a few times.
you were in a band, Chrissy?
No, I was not in a band. I was providing the home for the band. I didn't actually do anything in it.
Oh, I got you.
But people played at my house.
I got.
But yeah, the neighbors called the cops on us all the time. So I actually think that's like a super good hint that you're doing a good job and people don't mind your music.
Thank you. That's nice.
So I asked you earlier, what do you like most about playing music, right? What do you like the most? What do you like the least about playing music? Like, what is something you're just like, gosh, this is... So one or two things that you're just like, I just don't like this part of it.
Yeah, maybe getting everybody together. Scheduling. That's probably hard because we are a bigger band. We have 7 people and it's hard. Everyone's like, oh, I've got this trip and this and that. And thank goodness for Google Calendars helps.
You guys are all synced up.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if somebody can't play? Like at our wedding, let's use our wedding for example. If one person, I guess it just depends on what instrument they play.
Yeah, so there's a good folk community in Provo, and we jam a lot with other people to kind of catch people's vibes and see if they fit with our sound. We're not constantly trying to evaluate people,
Fill new positions.
but we just have we have friends that we really like playing with, and so when someone can't show up, then we're delighted
You just kind of have somebody else fill in.
Yeah.
Do you guys come from musical families? Is that kind of a big thing with you guys?
Yeah, my mom's family is really musical. I have an uncle who used to play for the new Buffalo Springfield, and he played bass for Jose Feliciano.
The new is that like a cover band of Buffalo Springfield?
No, they just I guess they got back together again, and
the real Buffalo Springfield, with Neil Young.
Yeah, he had the big fro and the bell bottoms and the platform shoes, and so super talented. Played bass and had a recording studio, and I've got cousins that all sing, and my mom sings. So I grew up singing.
So it's kind of in your blood.
Yeah, and I've got my mom all taught us kind of how to sing. I started singing harmony when I was young, and so now I'm it's hard to sing melody because I'm always hearing.
You were the sister everybody needed around.
Yeah.
You're we have to have Erin to sing our song. That's awesome.
So that was mine.
Honestly, I would love to go on tour with the Patterson sisters. They have this awesome Lawrence Welk sound is just so perfect. Yeah,
Do you guys
it's
ever
really
sing
good.
as siblings? Like,
Yeah.
Really?
So I have two sisters, my mom and I, and we do 4-part harmony. We'll do kind of like barbershop stuff, mostly like Andrew's sisters tunes, old kind of swing tunes, and some cowboy stuff. And
where do you like actually go perform places, or do you just do it for fun?
we kind of do it for fun. We do it for the neighborhood. We do it all over for, church parties, and we'll go over, and someone has a birthday, we'll just go over and knock on their porch, on their porch, and knock on their door. And
Have you guys ever thought about going to Branson?
My mom
That's the
talks
big
about it a lot. She's like,
question.
"Oh man, Branson."
It sounds like that would be the perfect place.
It is. You could do, shows every night.
I mean,
and
don't
just-
leave Salt Lake. Don't leave Salt Lake, but
Yeah, that would be our kind of our family vibe.
that's
Would be-
cool. That is so rad.
What did you say if you came from a musical family there, Alex, or no?
When you asked that, I want to confirm with Chrissy.
About her CD?
Huddle.
Did you ever hear about Uncle Donald playing with Bob Dylan, or like playing in
What?
this? Yeah. Okay. I don't
okay,
know.
I know. Okay, so we should tell the audience. Alex and I are cousins.
Well, we can even mention that too in the intro.
Yeah.
But again, your
but our
cousins.
Uncle Donald
Yeah.
taught my mom the guitar. My mom plays banjo, 6-string guitar,
Wait,
8-string.
your mom does.
Oh yeah, my
What?
mom's like hardcore. Yeah,
She's so
Wait, she plays the banjo?
yeah,
For like is good?
yeah. No, she still has one at home.
Get out of town.
And I can't play, like, I'm pathetic. I was like disappointment. But anyway, some people got it, like you. But yeah, Uncle Donald apparently was amazing. Mm-hmm. And then my mom did music. She actually traveled in a band.
what?
Yeah, in like the, I don't know what, 60s.
Yeah.
But then I'll let you talk about it.
Our parents are like total hippies. Well,
Super hippies. Yeah. Our
I
moms.
love it.
my mom, she still says
I'm
groovy
learning
all the
so
time.
much about
Like,
Chrissy. I'm learning so much about you right here,
Yeah, I
Chrissy.
guess you don't know this stuff.
yeah.
Deal breaker. No. Kidding here.
See, here's the problem is you're going to find out my mom's cooler than me.
No, your mom
why I
is
don't talk
cool though.
about it.
I mean, she oh gosh, if you were at the wedding, I mean, the cakes that she made, get out of town.
She's a rock star.
And then I mean, actually, Chrissy's mom was the one who mentioned that you guys would be interested to play the wedding. So
She was. She's like,
she
you guys
has-
have to get this band. And we're
she's
like, okay,
got good taste
let's go
in
check them out.
music.
Yeah.
She's got good taste in music. We need to take another break here to play a message from our sponsor. So we're going to play that real fast. And then we have some more questions to ask the both of you. So hang tight. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Jed's Barbershop. With 3 locations now, you have no reason to not always look your best. Go get a haircut, a beard trim, or even a straight razor shave. Jed's Barbershop is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday 9 to 7, and Sunday 12 to 5. They have a location downtown at 212 South, 700 East, and in Sugar House at 2153 East, 2100 South. They just opened up a 3rd location at 167 East, 900 South, right next to Randy's Records. No appointment is necessary. Head on over to jedsbarbershop.com for more information. So we were talking about like a musical family and kind of where we came from. We were really excited. I was excited to find out about Chrissy's mom.
We got a little
playing the banjo.
distracted. Because you played the banjo.
Well, I did not really. I took some lessons. I can sort of play, but
And,
not as good as you
folks.
guys.
We're going to take a quick break and listen to some of Chris's banjo.
No. No, but your mom.
Yeah.
What does she play?
She does guitar mostly.
Okay, and she played in bands.
She's
and
getting
stuff?
pretty good at the piano too now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if she played in bands. She's the reason I play music.
Really?
Yeah. I just grew up listening to her play and singing with her, and then learning guitar with her and on her guitar. She's
more of a classical, like she went to BYU and for
music.
music, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think of what it was called. musical performance?
I think so. Yeah. Is
so.
that right, Mom?
She's a singer.
Yeah,
she's a sweet bona fide singer.
Yeah,
She's got a
Alex's
voice.
mom, if you're listening, feel free to email us and correct us here.
Yeah.
Or don't. We're right.
What was the first musical instrument that either one of you played? The very first instrument.
I think it was piano for me.
Do you still play the piano?
A little bit.
Really?
Yeah, but Scott's way better, so I just let him do everything.
Yeah, I mean, we had a piano sitting around the house, and so I learned how to play a couple little things, and then, yeah, like dabbling on it. My first, like, instrument that I practiced and learned on was a fiddle.
What? You just dabbled on a fiddle?
I just
like, I'll just pick up this fiddle and just dabble.
Well, Alex and I compete for how many instruments
That's
that we like to play. So,
So how did you get into strings? Like, did you have a class, take a class in school, or?
well, so my grandpa played fiddle. He used to play like Texas swing stuff, and he got to play with Roy Rogers, Sons of the Pioneers, a little bit when he was in LA. And so I always knew my grandpa played fiddle. He didn't play much when I knew him, but so I knew he played fiddle. So I'm like, oh, violin, that's really cool. I want to play that. So I saved up money by like shoveling manure for a neighbor, and I bought a little violin from a catalog, and they shipped it to our house.
And then, I mean, this was before the days of YouTube, though.
Yeah,
And you just taught yourself?
I kind of picked it up a little bit, and then
Well, she comes from a family. I mean, some of these names she's blowing out here. I'm like, I got to check Wikipedia here and make sure
Do you think we could get into these families?
So yeah, I mean, by ear is always my strong suit, and so I kind of figured it out, and then I played in church actually twice at the primary when I was in primary, and then I started taking lessons and learned actually how to do it right and how to read music, and then it kind of went from there.
So how many instruments can you play?
Things with strings and frets and bows.
She could probably
pretty much
most of
anything.
them are kind of once you learn one,
like
it's easy to go. And
guitar
learn
and
another.
mandolin cross over really well. Mandolin and violin cross over really well. And then there's bass. I just started playing bagpipes last year, and so
Get
now
out of
that's a new
town.
thing. Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
Is there anyone listening that knows what a cittern is?
Yeah.
Oh, cittern or sitar? Are they different?
Oh, they are different.
Oh, man. I thought I knew, but I don't know.
Because she ordered it a while ago, but she's having this new instrument that I had never heard of,
Yeah, it's
custom made.
Wow.
10 strings.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting. I just been listening to a lot of Celtic stuff, and so I decided I wanted to get a cittern. So that's what I'm gonna do now.
Because that happens to us all. We just, we have that moment in life where we want to sit turn.
I'm totally just that talented.
It's like my midlife crisis. You know, I just
Do either one of you have any embarrassing stories playing live shows at all?
Like every show.
every show.
I'm probably
Like maybe you missed a shirt button, or
I'm sure I've done that.
stuff like, I don't know. I guess that wouldn't be embarrassing. I don't know, or maybe
Or you got sick and threw up all over me. That would be gross.
I'll go first. I had one. We're playing with some dancers, and we usually do this set where we play this one song and then we go off and dancers come on, and I'm kind of at the end of the line of the musicians, and so I head off stage first, so I don't worry about everyone else just going to follow me. So we play our number, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I unplug and I walk off stage, and it's really quiet. I'm like, when are the dancers going to go on? This is really quiet. And then I walk back and everyone's still standing there like, oh my gosh. And I just calmly walk back on stage and plug back in like nothing, had gone wrong. And apparently we were supposed to play another number, and I just left them all hanging.
But how did the people wouldn't have known that though?
Yeah,
would
so I just pretended like, oh, I had something I had to do. I had to change a string, something broke. I'm just like, oh, play it cool. I'm like, okay, we shall now proceed.
You had to let people know that you were the most important part.
Yeah, I was kind of like, whoa,
cannot
what's with the
proceed without
diva? So yeah, I just, yeah.
Yeah, and then I just forget lyrics all the time.
Do you just kind of make them up as you go? Or,
He's
or
awesome
just-
at improv.
I try. You should hear some of my freestyle raps during practice, post practice.
They're the best. Yeah.
They're pretty nice.
So you mentioned a festival. You guys are playing in Heber.
Yeah.
What is this festival? I want to. Do you know much about it, or
It's amazing.
Yeah.
when is it? What is it? I want to go.
It's usually end of October. We can find some exact dates, but it's the Cowboy Poetry Gathering.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of
it's a
cowboys
big-
sitting
yeah,
around
it's a-
reading
It's-
poetry.
I guess it's a big deal. I just kind of heard about it, and they have like bands like the Bar J Wranglers, some really cool, really good entertaining bands come. And for like a weekend, they have all bands, a bunch of different bands play. So yeah, it looks like we're playing like the 28th.
So October 28th.
October 28th, yeah. And I guess the website's Heber Valley Cowboy
Okay.
Cowboy Poetry. Yeah, Heber Valley Cowboy
I'll
Poetry.
look at. I'll double check that, and I will put it with the show notes with this episode at iamsaltlake.com,
Yeah.
along with everything else with you guys. But links to that. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess the baby will be born around September, so that might be tough for you to get out there.
Hey,
Ah.
I mean, if I can pop this sucker out first, baby needs some good music in her life.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So if either one of you can learn a musical instrument, is there one like in the back of your ears? It's like, gosh, that would be. I'd love to learn.
Speaking of sitar, it's always been like, on my
On the
list.
list.
Oh, and the hurdy-gurdy.
Oh yeah.
You guys are
No, what's the hurdy-gurdy?
okay. I've been obsessed with hurdy-gurdy for like ever. I even wrote this like big, I don't know how many page paper on it in college, but it's just this like instrument with a rosined wheel that you crank, and then it has drone strings and then buttons to like do melodies on while you're cranking this wheel around. So if there's anyone in Utah that has a hurdy-gurdy that they want to sell me,
Alex is the guy for that.
all my dreams would be realized.
Yeah, bagpipes was one of them. So that one I've gone on to. I just recently discovered the nickel harpa, which is kind of like a hurdy-gurdy. And I'm like,
Oh, right.
yeah, and just, yeah, it's so cool. It's
I
like,
was just expecting like the organ or maybe the harp.
You guys are way too
we like to
advanced
be
for basic.
mysterious and weird.
Something. Gosh.
Now we have to like Google and find out what all these are.
Any memorable concerts or sporting events that either one of you have been to? Like, I mean, I would imagine you've seen some good live music in your day. Especially you, Erin. You sound like you've probably seen some.
I didn't see them out.
I throw in sporting events because I realize but I would imagine you guys have been to a good concert in your day.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
One that sticks out more than others.
Do I have to pick one?
I'm just trying to get to know you guys.
So the ones that come immediately to mind are from Bonnaroo, like 3 or 4 years ago. Paul McCartney was headlining, and that was legendary. Bjork was there right after her Biophilia album, and that was amazing. I think if I had to pick one,
Or two.
or can I pick two?
You can pick two.
Okay.
Or a couple. I don't know. I just,
Okay, it's just like it's probably a 3-way tie between Paul McCartney, Bjork, and I can't even think of his name now.
You only get two.
Oh.
No more.
No, I got it.
must have not been that good. You can't remember the name.
David Byrne and Saint Vincent.
Okay.
Did you ever hear that album, Love This Giant, that they came out with a
I
few
think
years
I've
ago?
heard part of it because I remember St. Vincent.
It was
I think I saw that on Saturday Night Live.
remarkable. It was like
That's where I get my music.
choreographed. They played with this brass band
Sure.
who did all their accompaniment, and it was all like they just danced around this brass band and had like all this
Sure.
cool choreography, and it just totally transported me to this, or it just changed my concept of what a concert could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was It'd be one of those three, I think.
Oh, he goes to a lot more shows than I do. Oh, but I really loved, probably my favorite concert, just like overall the whole experience. It's probably Sissel. She's from Norway, and she's a beautiful singer.
I could imagine, yeah.
Gorgeous. And so she'll do a bunch of kind of opera stuff, but she's not your typical opera singer. She's not like the over vibrato-y kind of person, but just really beautiful tone. And she does a lot of like folk tunes, like old Norwegian folk tunes that are so cool. Yeah, I'd have to say Sissel.
Let's say somebody was coming down to Provo, right? And they wanted to get a bite to eat. Is there any places you would recommend? Do you guys get out to eat much down there? You know, I don't get down there as much these days as I would like. Not as much as we'd
like, but there are a few places that look really interesting.
What any recommendations from either one of you or no?
Well, right now, I don't know. I really like what's it? I can't remember what it's called now. Oh, that's gonna help. The pizza place on Center.
I know. Is it right by Unhinged there? Or whatever, the Rewind Vintage?
I know there's one next to a barber shop. I'm thinking of a different one.
Is it like Lucky Guy or what was
Two
it?
Jacks?
Two Jacks.
Two Jacks.
That's it. It's all over. But Two Jacks, their creamy Italian sauce that you dip into, that is the magic. Yeah, that's all.
Any recommendations from you, Alex?
I think my go-tos are El Mexal for pupusas.
Oh, yeah.
And Noodle King for pho.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Noodle
right up
King's
Chrissy's
good.
alley.
Yeah, it is. I want to go get pho.
Yeah. Come down and have pho.
Excellent.
If you could go back to your first day of high school, either one of you, and give yourself a piece of advice, musically, life, whatever, what would you tell yourself? Is there anything?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. I can cut it out. I can cut this out. If there's
No, this isn't interesting. I just need to like think about it. That's like
It's
deep.
deep. I'm like, oh man.
It's kind of like asking you if you could fix something about yourself, what would it be? It's very similar.
Oh man, I'd give myself this advice, but I'm not sure if I'd be able to take it. It's like still hard. It's like to not compare yourself to others, like musician, like as a musician or just as a person.
As a person, a musician, whatever.
I remember just listening to really good musicians, and sometimes it's hard to like not compare yourself and to enjoy it. I'm like, man, this guy's really good, and the whole time I'm going, oh, I'm no good, and like, no. You know, I'm Erin, and I'm the only Erin that does Erin music. So, you know, but and just to let it go and just keep going and, be inspired more than kind of like put down sometimes. But I think that's something that's you're always constantly, you're like, oh, dang, that's so inspiring. Oh, shoot, I'm not good, you know, but it's always kind of a battle there.
I like that, though. I like that. Anything come to mind for you, Alex?
I think it would just be to be nice to people.
Yeah.
Oh, he's such a meanie.
I know. He's like the meanest guy.
Like, because you're like trying to figure out like who you are and what friends to hang out with. And sometimes getting into one group might seem to mean that you have to neglect or be mean to another group, but that's like not at all true. Like, so that's what I'd tell myself, is to just be nice to everyone. And if that means that you don't end up in this group or this group, it doesn't really matter.
Because they're all secretly going to like you because you're nice to them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Then you're in every group.
Even if they can't say that they like you.
Yeah.
Who would either one of you or both of you, who would you like to get stuck in an elevator with? Anybody in particular you would like to get, say you were going up in some building and in the elevator gets stuck, who would you like to get stuck with?
Jim Henson or David Bowie?
Ooh, like, good.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I wish they're, not in their current state, but when, but
that's good.
That elevator's been there for a little while.
Living David Bowie and living Jim Henson.
I like that.
Oh, dang. Oh, this is hard. I don't know.
I won't hold you to it. It's not like this is your final answer. Like we're going to put it on
Then I can't
paper.
say,
You can never change it.
I can never change it. Oh, no. I don't know. I just, you know, when I meet cool, really, you know, nice people, I just love hanging out with them. So there's a lot of those, you know, around people I know and people I've met that I just love to spend time with more, you know. Yeah.
I like it. So you mentioned you had a couple CDs, right? People people listening, how can they find out more about you, buy CDs, hear music, whatever? Is there a website? What do you guys got as far as online world?
Yeah. Facebook is always probably like our go-to. It's like, get back to you real quick. So our Facebook, Molly and the Mineshaft on Facebook. And then we also have our website, which is mollyandthemineshaft.com. And we're uploading lots of videos, and we'll have a calendar up there. So our gigs coming up.
Any other gigs? I know we mentioned the one in October. Do any others that pop into mind, or is that kind of the only one you know of off the top of your head right now?
We've got another one.
Yeah, we have the Homestead up in Midway. Is that what it is? Yeah, that's August 5th. We're playing up at the Homestead, and that's homesteadresort.com is like their website, and we're in their summer concert list for 2017.
Right on.
We're also playing for the Pioneer Day Festival in Mona, I think later.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No.
Yeah, I can get
So,
you
I mean, I think it sounds like the best way for people to connect is to go on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you guys will post. I mean, honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't, for playing our wedding.
Oh my
That
gosh,
was
yeah.
really rad.
It kind of like made the whole thing just pull together, like unified everything. It was awesome.
And anybody listening right now, seriously, check them out. Molly and the Mineshaft. We'll put all the links at iamsaltlake.com. Anything else? I want to. What song should we close this entire podcast out with? Is there a song? And one other side doesn't need to be like, but your eyes got big over there. Like, oh my gosh! But what? I want to play one more song here on the podcast from you guys. Is there another song we can play?
I really like our covers.
I know you guys play a lot of covers. I just with iTunes and stuff like that. So go on the Facebook and listen to those. Is there one other non-cover that we could play?
Do you want to end it with the one you wrote?
Mine? Okay. Yeah. So I have one called Fair Maid.
Fair Maid.
That I wrote, a few years ago. And we love playing it.
We'll end the podcast playing Fair Maid. And anything else you want to bring up, Chrissy, while we have them here?
Yeah. Well, I always like this question. What do you want written on your tombstone?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, right?
That's not what I want.
We're getting to know you guys.
On my tombstone.
I am Salt Lake is number one.
Listen to Molly and the Mineshaft.
Yeah, check us out.
I just really threw you guys off there.
Yeah. Okay, actually, maybe it's not so tough. Because I don't know if I really want to be buried.
Hey,
Because
I'm down.
the thought of like dead people all in this plot of land makes me uneasy, I guess. Like I'd rather just be cremated and released into
the wild.
the wild.
Maybe like off of like the UTA front runner.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's everybody's dream.
And every time y'all are making a commute somewhere, you can think of me.
Stuck in traffic. Right?
Yeah.
Oh man, mine would probably be. She loved her peanut butter and jelly.
I love it.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Always a classic.
I've loved having you guys on the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Seriously,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you guys for coming
You guys are awesome. We'll end it there. And I always tell people, let's catch up down the road. All right. Many thanks again to Alex and Erin from Molly and the Mineshaft for coming on this episode and again playing our wedding reception.
Yes, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Hey, if you get a chance to check them out live, please do so. I know we mentioned some of the places they're going to be playing.
Yeah, and they have those free ones. That, if you're bored during December, they do the free ones down in Provo.
Which ones were those?
It was like
like a Christmas one.
like a Christmas thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to put all the links at iamsaltlake.com, 280. That's all the links to connect with Molly and the Mineshaft and Alex and Erin. And if you're doing a wedding, check them out. Have them play your wedding. Check out any of the shows that they're going to be playing here in the near future. Hey, it's the first of the month. You know what that means. It's time to give some love to our Patreon supporters. We seriously couldn't do this podcast or this project without all the love from our Patreon supporters. So with that being said, I'm going to read down the list here, Chris.
The magic makers.
There is some amazing people that have been supporting this podcast.
We see you.
Oh my gosh, we love you guys.
Thank you so much.
We want to give you hugs and kisses. Hey, many thanks to Ryan Prince, Jared Aguilera, Brittany Hemingway, Jeff Hadfield, Phil Cooper, Michael Beck, Eric Tomorrow, Nicole Davison, Max Allen, Jeff Hatt, Kevin Lindstrom, John, Three Irons SLC, Nikki Line, Scott Knopf, and Margaret Schlachter from Dirt in Your Skirt. What a great group of people. I mean, I'm serious. These are the people. These are the people that are keeping the lights on, that are helping with the podcast. If you would like to become a supporter, head on over to our website, iamsaltlake.com. Click on that banner. It's going to send you over to our Patreon page where you can become a supporter for as little as $1. And let me tell you, if everybody listening became a supporter for $1, we could do so many magical things with this podcast.
We could do so much. It would be so great.
Hey, it's also the first of the month. Let's dig into this calendar from Nikki and John from over at New Zealand.
From Nikki Line, one of our Patreon supporters and really good friends.
I don't think we read May.
We didn't read May, so we need to read May. May was crazy, marriage, blah, and we're like, we forgot the calendar. So I apologize. We're going to do May and June this month.
I recommend people only getting married once.
Please,
for
yes.
that reason.
Yes. I was like, I'm never doing this again. So for May, on the New Zealand calendar, it is the longest drink in town with the giraffe with a huge neck, and it looks like soda.
I wonder if that's like one of their fast food restaurants.
Yeah, it's cute.
It really is.
It looks like the Toys R Us giraffe.
I would hang this up in our living room.
Yeah, this art is fun.
It really is.
So what's that from? But okay, on to June.
It's a lawnmower.
It's
my
a lawnmower
worst
and
enemy.
a garden
My
gnome.
worst enemy.
That's true. It is your worst enemy.
Mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
I have the worst grass allergies.
I know.
Does
I feel
anybody
so
else
bad
out there
every
have
time.
grass allergies? Oh my gosh, this year is so horrible.
It is really bad.
I do not want to mow the lawn. I'm just like, get out of town. I do not want to mow the. And I feel like such a weenie.
No, because allergies suck. You're not a weenie. And look, there's a garden gnome fishing. That's cute. So June must be a nice month over there?
Like us. I mean, it's supposed to be a nice month for Salt Lake City.
Because I know they're upside down from us, and I'm trying to keep track of like which seasons they're in versus us. This is kind of fun.
It really is. So thank you, Nikki and John, for giving us this calendar.
Yes,
that we have here in our office place. Hey, this episode of the podcast is sponsored by Jed's Barbershop. With 3 locations now, you have no reason to not always look your best. Go get a haircut, a beard trim, or even a straight razor shave. Jed's Barbershop is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday 9 to 7, and Sunday 12 to 5. Their brand new 3rd location, it just barely opened up at 167 900 South. It's right next to Randy's Records. They also have a location downtown at 212 South, 700 East, and in Sugar House at 2153 East, 2100 South. Listen, no appointments necessary. Just show up, get a haircut. They were recently voted best in state by City Weekly and KSL. You can head on over to their website at jedsbarbershop.com for more information. All right, that's going to do it for this episode. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at I Am Salt Lake as we share all the happenings here in Salt Lake City as we creep into summertime.
There's going to be so much going on.
This is my favorite time of the year here in Salt Lake. Is it your, I know so many people here hate summer.
Well, it gets hot, and that's not fun.
It does, but you know what? Farmers Market's starting up on June 10th.
There's so many great markets.
This upcoming Saturday is Farmers Market, Chrissy.
I'm so excited.
And anybody who follows the podcast knows is my fafavorite.
We're there like every
favorite.
week.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, you guys. I'm serious.
That was the most flamboyant I've ever seen you. That was wonderful.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you guys have a great week. Get out and support local.
And good night, Grammy.
No blush of rose, nor lily fair. sparrow's sweet refrain. No flower of the season bloom, but for thee, fair maid. Thy father's heart, it doth run cold. Our love he would see die. So take this